Love, lust, sex, and music, baby. Let's get it.
One day you just how it feels, just how it feels, just how it feels. Payback is a dog.
The podcast is on, gonna tell it, man. Red Bull sponsor, Apple Music, check the sound. Cigar D, plus I got the hottest host with me. Street funny, key serious.
Somebody is going Acapulco tonight. Hey. I think Cigar's third job was at the strip club. I got all the proof I need. Right then, when he bust out that old stripper move that him and
I
Shadow.
told you I used to dance back when I first got out of high school. My name was Chocolate Bell. We didn't have this conversation.
Chocolate what?
Chocolate Bell.
Chocolate Bell?
Chocolate Bear.
Okay, I can't with you. I can't. What's up?
Good.
You have tuned in to your mammy's favorite podcast, your daddy's favorite podcast,
Pappy.
everybody's favorite podcast, Love, Lust, and Music. It's your girl Trina, she funny.
And I am your girl, Key, so serious.
And I am your boy Remy Rowe.
And I am Carl, hip hop fisherman.
So who's gonna be Ciroc?
I'm Pastor Phuket Patron.
You
Also
stupid.
known as Ciroc Bism.
All right. So listen. We didn't had a blast this week. We went and hung out with Waves of the Bay, our brothers.
Shouts out to Waves
Over
of
the
the
Flow Ohio Radio. We went over there and hanged out with Surge and the crew. You know, every time we go over there, hang out with them, the Shizzle Show, all our other good shows, podcasts here in Tampa. We had a good time.
For sure.
With some dope artists over there, met some dope people. So we did that Tuesday. That was a blast.
Networking, man. We're doing big
Networking.
time.
We can't forget to give a shout out to Red Bull because they give us wings.
Wings every single time. Wings.
And we can't forget to tell people that we're not just on YouTube no more.
Nah.
We on Apple. We on Spotify. We on Google Music. So they can go all those places and find us.
Orange and M&M. We on everything.
We on everything.
Everything.
Oh, on everything. Ain't that? Didn't somebody put out a single called On Everything?
That's Room to the Room.
Oh, that's our co-host that ain't here.
Yeah.
They got that single, so we're not even going to talk about that single. If he's not here to discuss
he's not here to discuss. Yeah, that's so.
All right, so tonight's drinking word. What's tonight's drinking word going to be?
Did you decide?
They were saying that we should do something classy, like, I don't know. I was thinking Colt 45.
Colt 45?
Or we can do Billy D. Williams.
Billy D?
Billy D.
Let's do Billy D. IPA?
IPA. You know, you get some cultured people in the building on everybody trying to
Right.
show how much
Yeah,
they
all
know
of a
about
sudden
something.
he's just a
you know
beer-
what I mean?
a beer connoisseur.
When we go to the cigar lounge, all of a
Right.
sudden he bringing out the
Right.
he
The
breaking out the
humidor.
Dutch Masters.
Right.
He broke out the Black and Miles.
Had them old ass have a Tampa in his back pocket.
Listen, if we had $1 for everything he knew.
So,
all right, so
let's go with Billy D.
Billy D?
Let's go with Billy D.
All right, we're going with Billy D. So whenever we say Billy D. Williams, or Billy D, or Billy, or any form of the word, you have yourself a drink.
Billy D is not my lover.
I don't know how you got that in there, but it works. I was going to say after the show, I'm going to watch Mahogany, because, you know, that's my joint. It got Diana Ross and Billy D.
Oh, shit.
So,
you better strap up or you're going to end up getting a Billy D.
What the fuck? I don't even know if I want to drink to that one.
Don't be a hater.
Dangerous. So listen, we got some very special guests in the house. They came all the way across the bridge.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So we always shout out when we get people. When we say the podcast is Tampa Bay, that means Tampa. That means St. Pete.
Pinellas.
So that includes Largo.
Clearwater.
I don't know. You want to count Clearwater? Yeah.
Clearwater.
You got to count Clearwater. Now, do we count going up? Lakeland, Plant City? No. That's not
we got to
Tampa?
do. You got to do.
So New Tampa, is that really Tampa?
Man.
See, you guys is know the lay of the land.
Yeah.
I just know the airport is over there by the mall.
How far is White Castle from Bed-Stuy?
There's quite a few White Castles in Bed-Stuy, but you know what? When I went home this time, White Castle was a disappointment.
Wow.
Everything was a disappointment. I went to listen. I've been going to this one pizzeria out in Long Island called El Gantes. Well, my grandmother lives in Long Island, so when I went this time, I stayed in Long Island. And my best friend Pauline lives in a little town called Lynbrook, and I also went to Lynbrook High School. So,
Oh.
whose mic is it? Mine? Is it mine? So anyway, we were sitting down when we got pizza. Even the pizza didn't taste the same. I was like, let me get a Sicilian and please hard crust. It wasn't. Everything was like, I don't know. Like everybody cutting corners. The sauce didn't taste the same.
But,
I felt like I could have did better in the kitchen. My damn.
but I thought Long Island was known for coney dogs and all that.
No, Coney Island is known for.
That's
Coney
not the same
dogs.
thing.
No.
What is Long Island known for? Their tea?
It's definitely not known for their iced tea. I don't even know where they get that from. Long Island iced tea is not a Long Island. I don't know. Mobb Deep. I mean, they Queens claim them more than Long Island.
I thought so.
Nah, but if you go in Hempstead, Long Island,
oh Lord,
their little entourage with Mobb Deep used to be in Hempstead, and there used to be a studio in Hempstead that Public Enemy owned. Public Enemy owned the studio, and they would go out there and record a lot. So people sometimes, lines get crossed in New York because all you got to do is spend too much time in one area, and they claim you.
So basically, what you're telling me is all this time I've been thinking that Mobb Deep is from Queens.
Well, Mobb Deep is from Queens. They are from Queens, but they record. They've done a lot of recording and stuff on Long Island, and a lot of their extras, their crew, and stuff like that are from Long Island. So a lot of dudes in Hempstead claim Mobb Deep and stuff like that. It's no different than I'm not in St. Pete no more, but I still claim Nigga 9 News for my news. Okay. That's true news to me, Nigga 9. Okay. But listen, we got these very special guests, and we love when we bring new people up to the team. And when I saw them, when I was carousing through Instagram, and I saw a beer Culture, I was like, damn. We're on the come up because the first beer I ever drank was a Mickey's and it had a joke in the top of the cap.
Oh my God.
So you know how deep my first beer experience was. That was beer to me. That was my first experience with beer.
It's awful.
Was
Just
Mickey's.
awful.
And they were like this big.
Oh God.
And it had the joke in the top and had the wide mouth.
Oh.
That was the first beer I ever had, and I think I was like, I don't know, 16, 17. Went to visit my Crazy Horse. And then I used to think, to me, beer tastes like piss water.
I don't know what piss water tastes like personally.
I've never. Okay,
I'm gonna take a fucking word for it.
I never had a golden shower or any of those secret things you might think. But to me,
big and small. So after I shits on the bitch.
We didn't have no character. We didn't know how to tilt the. When you get older, you start learning things. The glass got to be tilted. Glass got to be in the freezer. We was just getting it out of the refrigerator section of the corner store. It sat on the counter all day. By the time you got yours, it was like 6 hours out, and it was gross.
So what's the worst beer you ever tasted in your entire life?
St. Ives.
St. Ives. What?
The flavored ones, the ones that used to have the flavor. The flavored St. Ives.
Who did that shit?
Well, I thought it was gonna be good because it was like fruit punch.
No, man, no. You got to drink a St. Ives straight up ice cold, man. But listen, special brew to me and my clique was Zima, and we would put grenadine in it. Oh my God.
That was special brew to us. We would get us a Zima, and then put some grenadine in it. We was like, oh, we drinking big time now, yeah.
You might as well say Boone Farm and Cisco. You gonna say that shit, Zima?
I used to drink Boone Farms. But I didn't know it wasn't real wine. I mean, you don't know it till you get grown. When you're young, you think you drink it.
She still does. She still drinks it.
I drink Gallows, actually. But,
Sutter Homes.
No, I don't drink Sutter Homes. I drink Barefoot, though. I mean, I don't have an expensive taste. But since I've gotten older and my palate has changed, Like if I go out to dinner, I eat a steak or something. I really like shock top. Shock top I like with the orange. This one has the orange, but they also have one that has grapefruit in it, like a grapefruit. Love grapefruit.
I don't like grapefruit.
So to me, but that's probably as classy as it gets.
You know what's
for me.
classier than that?
What?
Billy D.
Billy D. Oh,
we go.
wait
Got
a
it.
minute. Shucky ducky. Oh, and I did one time at, I think it's called Flat Tire. I've had Flat Tire.
That was last week.
No, it was. He did have a flat tire last week, but no, I've had Flat Tire, and that one was decent. That one was decent. Flat Tire. All right, so we're gonna bring our guests out, and hopefully they're gonna get us right,
Right.
and they're gonna tell us the needs to know
Right.
about this new culture, this new phenomenon.
For sure.
So we're gonna bring out here beer culture. Y'all come on up here and join us.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo,
Well,
yo, yo,
welcome,
yo, yo,
welcome,
yo, yo,
welcome.
yo, yo, yo. My fellow New Yorkers. Gotta turn this. My fellow New Yorkers, you know what I mean? So tell the people who y'all are. We got them, man. Tell the people who y'all are. Tell the people who y'all are.
I'm Tisha, co-founder of Beer Culture.
I'm Dooch, aka Dom, co-founder of Beer Culture.
All right, so
Yo.
listen. Tell us, what is beer culture?
Beer Culture is basically a lifestyle brand. So that's the big thing of it. We're a lifestyle brand. We merge good beer, which our culture we don't know anything about. Y'all was just talking about St. Oz,
That was good beer, though. We
Billy
thought
D.
it was.
Yeah,
Billy said Billy
Oh,
D. He said
shit.
Billy
Billy
D.
D.
Hot Pockets.
but we basically, we merge the culture of good beer with our culture. Within the beer industry, our culture is not prevalent. I mean, it was with St. Oz, but that's a totally different story.
yeah.
But, and so within our culture, like, we don't know about good beer at all. So we merge those two things together to form Beer Culture. So we're a lifestyle brand. We do events. We do educational events where we teach people about beer, but we also do, just kickback events to where we just vibe out
Okay.
and do our thing. We also work with different companies on the beer side of the industry to just push diversity within the beer industry, push the importance of, just seeing more people like us in that sphere on both sides, consumer side and the
business
industry
side.
side. Yeah.
All right. Well, see, that's dope. That's definitely dope on the road. My thing is, black culture is on the rise, and a lot of things. Not saying that we weren't privy to it, because we were. We were marketed differently. Our marketing was, you know what I mean. You couldn't go to a corner store in Brooklyn, and you wasn't gonna find maybe this bottle that you have here. You were gonna find those images and stuff that were kind of zoned for you. So that was what we were prevalent to drink. 211, I don't even know why that was even illegal. I believe 211, I think they said that was
It's
carbon.
like for locals. That shit should have been.
I don't know, like certain things should have been banned from our community. So you wrote a book,
Yes.
okay, and this ain't that beer you're used to. Tell us about the book.
Yeah, this ain't the beer that you're used to. So this ain't the beer that you're used to is we just wanted to be able to take it a step further with educating, people so that they can have something to really learn for. This goes into a little bit of beer history. This goes into a little bit of my journey with beer. This goes into about 30 plus different beer styles that you can, learn from. This goes into encouraging people to, really boss up and do for the community, with whatever opportunities that they have. So it's a well-rounded book, but just to touch on a few things, you said 211 shouldn't be legal, and so we touch on 211 in the book. We touch on St. Oz. The same company that made St. Oz made 211.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Billy D,
Billy D. Gotta get something.
it was a setup.
But yeah, so
By the man.
And even with that, like we go into the whole backdrop of 211 and St. Ives in the book. We even go into Billy D in the book.
Oh, see, they deep.
You gotta drink.
And they
I
said
mean,
Billy D.
but it's you know, we go into it. I mean, but
Public of New York,
it's not like, you know, we spend pages and pages on it. But
Right.
you know, when you think about stuff like malt liquor and stuff like that, like malt liquor was originally, when they first made it, you know, within the 40s and 50s, it was marketed to, you know, white people for 21 years. Around 21 years, white people didn't fall for it.
Right.
They wasn't buying it. And so once that didn't go through, they turned it to our communities because, you know, we were buying it. But if you looked at all of the marketing for it, when they were marketing it to white people, they was marketing in kind of like an upscale way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I guess we thought that it was something that was fly,
Right.
because of how they marketed to
Right.
them.
Right.
And we, you know, went for the okie doke or whatever. But they wasn't buying it. So after 21 years of them promoting it to them, you know, they just focused solely on us, you know. And so that's when they started getting your people like your Billy D's and different people like that to start, you know, promoting the brands and products and everything like that. And so same thing St. Ives did with all the rappers that they paid.
Oh, yeah, because Snoop
you know.
was on that one time.
Yeah,
lot of
Snoop,
them.
you had
Q.
Wu-Tang, you had Biggie, you had Q,
Yeah.
MC8,
Yeah.
you know. And so, you know, actually you spoke about Public Enemy. We talk about that in the book too. But Chuck D sued St. Ives because they used his voice, you know, without his permission or whatnot.
I
but
remember that back in the
yeah,
day. Yeah.
and it's
yeah.
funny because all of this is in the book. I'm telling too much of the book, but it's funny because when they sued them,
Don't give 'em too
when they sued them, you know, St. Ives stepped away and put all the blame on DJ Pooh, you know.
Okay.
And so,
Right.
you know, so yeah, man. So we touch on all of that in the book, and you know, we just want to show people that, because you stated that when you drunk beer, at first it tastes like piss water. And a lot of it do when we talk about the malt liquors and things like that,
Yeah.
you know. And so that's why, you know, we named the book "This Ain't the Beer That You're Used to."
But to me, I didn't think that was malt liquor. It was in a cute little green bottle. You know, the Mickey's. I didn't think it was malt liquor. I just knew that my aunt and uncle was stationed, and it was they drank it. So and they were kind of bougie. So I always thought that, you know, I wonder what kept the 40 in her house.
No.
So I thought that was the bougier end.
No.
These little, you know, and then they had the joke. on
That
the-
shit tastes like alien throw up. Like that.
You say you ain't know what piss water tastes like, but you said it tastes like.
I'm just saying, Mickey's tastes like alien. That shit was 99 cents at the store at my home. But when we didn't have a job, we was looking for jobs. We would get up every morning, get in a little Mustang, we'll get high, we'll go to the corner store, and we'll get 4 Mickeys. They was 99 cents. And he was like, they nasty, but it's going to get you where you need to be at. Point blank and period. So I used to hold my nose and just, and that shit was awful.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
I don't
It's
like
a-
Guinness either.
No, Guinness is a very, very good beer.
You like Guinness?
Guinness is a very good beer. The thing is here's the thing with Guinness, like, and here's the thing with here's the thing with different
I'ma listen
beers,
first.
with different beers in general, right? It's just like different foods and things like that. Like sometimes your palate has to become acclimated to different
Right.
things.
Okay.
You know, now for some people, no matter how much they stretch their palate, like the roastiness and the bitterness of Guinness, it just might not, you know, be for them, because there's always going to be something that's not. But with Guinness, especially, because here's the thing. Someone mentioned earlier about drinking beer at, like, it's got to be ice cold. With different beers, there are different temperatures and degrees that you should drink them at.
Okay.
And the Guinness isn't something that you should drink ice cold.
Okay.
You know, that's
That
something
might
that.
be what it is.
No.
You never got a Guinness around? I used to have a Jamaican boyfriend. He swore Guinness did something for him, and I had to tell him that it really don't.
What about the red stripe? Did the red stripe do something?
Huh?
The red stripe?
No, I like red stripe.
That's
I got
hilarious.
turned on. I got
It's
turned on the
beer.
red stripe. But it's just also, it was also this. I don't know if it was called. I used to call it bootleg Guinness. It was called Dragon Stout.
Oh, that's my shit.
Dragon Stout,
That's my
yes.
shit.
Okay, Dragon Stout.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can actually drink that one.
Yeah.
So break
But I
that one
can't-
down. So what is
It's
Dragon
not
Stout? consist?
Dragon's. It's not as harsh
Well, they're
To
two
me, it's
different styles
Guinness.
of beers.
Okay.
And so that's the thing, like, and that's why I say, like, we touch on like 30 plus different styles of beer in a book because and with certain beers, like you got Guinness, which is a stout,
Okay.
but then you got Dragon Stout, which is a stout too. They fall under the same umbrella, but they're totally different.
Okay.
You know, and so they're like they have a subset of styles under that umbrella of stouts, and so the Guinness that a lot of people drink. He was drinking extra stout or either foreign extra stout. It was one of those, but you know,
top on it.
yeah. So that's the extra stout. So you know that right there is, you know, one style, and then Dragon is actually what we call a tropical stout.
Okay.
You know, and so the flavor profiles are going to be similar but different. Like
it's very
Guinness is more roasty, you know, more bitter. Guinness has a little bit of acidity to it, you know what I'm saying? Dragon Stout, if you drink that, you're going to get more fruity flavors. Okay. You're going to get maybe a little cola-ness to it. You're going to get a little bit of alcohol burn, like you're drinking rum to it. And so the flavors are different, you know, between those styles, but they still have some similarities to them.
Well, this shit go deep.
Oh, it's deep. Yeah,
It
it's
go
deep.
real deep.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
deep. It's deep. See,
So
and-
would this book be something of more of a person that wants to be or is trying to be a beer connoisseur? This would be an introduction per se to
Yeah,
them.
it's an introduction. It's a good start for them to read, get familiarized with, you know, different stuff, and then, you know, then they branch off from there and
Okay.
step up. But this is definitely the beginner's guide.
So the second book is already underway.
I don't know. Maybe she'll write it.
Nah, you gonna write it. But the book is also part memoir too, so it's got that connecting piece that kind of gives you like his personal story,
Okay.
and then kind of connects you to what got him connected to beer. So definitely pick that
So,
out.
so
Okay.
what
what's
what
up.
is your favorite? Like, when we have artists on the show, we ask them who are their top three favorite artists. What are your top three?
There is no top
Favorite
three.
beers?
Yeah.
Not for
See,
me.
now
For her,
see-
it could be.
Now see,
For me,
that's
it's
how I know
not.
you're really a connoisseur. Because when we were at the cigar bar, I asked the owner, who actually rolls his own, they roll their own cigars and stuff in the back. What's your favorite cigar? And he said, it depends on what the day is.
Yeah,
Depends on the
it
mood.
And so
depends
my
on the
thing
day
is,
and the
when
mood.
somebody gives me an answer like that,
Right.
that lets me know there's a connoisseur. That person's a connoisseur. You know,
Different beers for different
you know,
days?
it's just like with cigars, because with cigars, you know, tobacco, depending on where it's grown at,
Yeah.
you know, it's called terroir, the environment, the climate, the soil, you know, the leaves, the tobacco, everything is different depending on where it come from, you know, and the same thing is with beer. With beer, you got 200 plus styles of beer, and so, you
and
know,
not to mention
I'm
all
not,
the knockoffs and hybrids and all that different stuff that they make from, you know what I mean? Because everybody, as soon as I think I like one, it'll come up with some type of remake of that one, but it got this different flavor note or something.
Yeah.
Like I was joking around about Shock Top. I actually like Shock Top. It was something that I could drink, and I got off work.
Yeah.
I, you know,
So
relax.
Shock Top is a wheat beer. That kind of like, as we were speaking about like the stouts and Guinness, Shock Top is a wheat beer, and wheat beers is another style of beer that has like an overarching, you know, theme, which is wheat beers, but have many different sub styles under it. And so,
Okay.
you know, you can have 3 different wheat beers, and none of them taste the same. You know.
Samuel
So-
Adams does that. He put it all in one box. And he called it something.
Well, yeah.
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson. Was he with Billy D on that?
Billy
thing?
D.
I don't know.
Here you go.
So I love when my black and my brown people get together and they want to bring culture to life. What is that? Because you come from the mecca of culture. You know what I mean? New Yorkers, I tell them all the time, if you're born and raised in New York and you haven't soaked up some culture, you missed out on the experience. It's a total different culture. Same thing, I just think it's major cities. I'm not taking anything away from Tampa or anything like that, but there's so much culture. I mean, even with, you know, the gentrification and everything that's going on right now, there's still so much culture. All the different ale houses and stuff that are popping up in Brooklyn now around the stadium and stuff like that. You know, you get to witness it now. Going back, you're like, oh my God. Oh, so everybody in Brooklyn vegan now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things, you know what I mean? So how important is it to you to bring this culture forward? And what is your, I don't know, what is your catalyst to push it forward? What is your force? What is the
I mean, it's very important to push it forward. I mean, I think that like with different industries right now, like you was saying earlier that I mean, being black is kind of like being being
Right.
pushed right now. But the thing is that with us, we've always been creators. We've always been trendsetters. We've always been trailblazers. We've always been the cool kids. And we should definitely have our hands and feet in everything. And the thing is with beer is enjoying beer and being a connoisseur is one thing, and that's cool, and that's what's up. And some people are just going to do that, but actually brewing beer and making beer is a trade.
Okay.
It's something that you can use to feed your family with.
Right. Yes, sir.
And
and
so
I see that becoming a thing now. When I'm on, I'll see a lot of, especially on Groupon and stuff like that. They ain't cut the checks, so we shouldn't say their name. But I
Groupon.
see a lot of the different ones popping up with taking the classes, the how to make beer classes
Right.
and stuff like that. And then I've actually seen in the store like the kits that you can buy, the different kits to homebrew. And then I'm like, wow, this is really like a phenomenon.
yeah, well, I mean, it's been going on for a while. It's something that other coaches have definitely took advantage of and excel with. But part of that is because people like us ain't never know about this shit.
Right.
And this is so that's part of the catalyst of what pushes us. Working in the industry and hardly ever seeing anybody who look like you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just we should definitely be in this industry in many different positions and roles, adding our touch to it, you know what I'm saying? And so whether that's looks like someone opening up their own tap house or opening up a brewery or just working at a brewery, doing a different position or sales or whatever, the opportunities are endless, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that a lot of us aren't aware,
Yeah, we get caught up in that working for the dollar instead of being the producer of it. My thing is that that's just the nature of the beast. It's something that's been enslaved, I believe, into our people. They, we'll talk about it all day long, what we want.
Right.
But sometimes just jumping out there on faith and not being, afraid to, fall and not have that net that scares people. You know what I mean? If I jump out on there and I can't afford to feed my kids, I gotta go back home and live with my mama.
No risk, no reward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some people don't understand. The bigger the risk you take, sometimes the bigger the reward.
That's a fact.
All right, so tell us about some of these beautiful products you brought here.
She gonna let me do all the talking. Okay.
That's what we do.
We're gonna have to push her to the side.
You said push her card over.
Yeah, push her card. So right here, and we'll grab cups for
I'm
these.
all about it. What's this one here?
This one right here.
That's legit stuff.
So both of these are Belgian beers.
Okay.
This one right here, the Will Pour, it's called a Flanders Red Ale. It's also called a Flemish Red Ale. So this right here is a beer that is a blended beer. So this is part old beer, part young beer that are blended together. It's also aged in oak.
Okay, you gotta break it down. You said part old beer, part new. So one is the ass of the beer, and the other was a new bottle. Is that how they do it?
Well, one's been aging for 2 to 3 years,
Okay.
and the other one is fresh, freshly brewed. So different breweries will blend them at different
That
percentages.
smells really good. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this right here,
I smell my own.
this right here is called like the red wine of beer.
Oh, red wine.
So.
Okay.
Oh, this fancy. You gotta put your pinky
So
up.
you're gonna get some fruitiness in there.
Oh yeah, I like that smell.
You like that smell? Well, you tell me what you get in there when you
Hold on a
taste it.
second, 'cause I'm real
and
deep. I'm
smell
gonna tell
it.
you some shit that ain't even in there. I smell watercress nuts.
That better not be enough.
No, it has a real strong smell.
Okay.
Huh? Billy D.
Oh. Oh wow, that makes my mouth happy.
I like that. That makes me sound happy. That's very different.
Good different, bad different.
It's a good different. You use my microphone. They get on me all the time when not using my microphone. It's a good different.
It's like biting into a chicken wing and it's rib meat in it, like unexpected.
Okay, I like that. And it's real meat.
You been into a chicken wing and it was steak, baby.
Yeah. Like,
Yo.
I'm so glad we bring people on the show that can culture us.
like wing
Yeah.
horn.
Like Winghorn, Longhorn, you stupid.
Longhouse.
No, this is very different.
It is.
Very different, very good, very drinkable.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
is.
I can drink. I can
It
see
is.
myself sitting back
Yeah.
watching She's Gotta Have It.
Goes
sitting
down
on
smooth.
this.
The new season.
I'm done with the new season.
You get some
Yeah, I binge
acidity
watch.
in there. It's kind of acidic.
Yeah.
This is considered a sour beer.
Okay.
But it's really not that sour.
I get the bitterness
Yeah.
though.
So
but
sour beers are another group of beers that have an overarching theme and a bunch of different beers to fall under it, and the levels of sourness or acidity between those different beers, it can range. It can go from low, it can go to
Right. But it keeps
up to
making me
some-
want to drink it though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
Well,
it-
pour
it
some
keep-
more.
It's very.
Pull up,
There's
Billy
something
D.
in there and I can't figure
Billy
out what
D.
it is.
Billy D.
What does it remind you of? Here's the thing.
I don't know.
Here's the thing about good
It
beer.
reminds me of, I don't know, Brooklyn during the summer. Somebody knocked the hydrant open.
Brooklyn
Do
during
the
the
right thing.
summertime.
Do the right thing.
Somebody that knocked the hydrant open and we sit on the stoop.
Yes, that's a good
Well, see,
Like you
and
kiss a movie.
that's beautiful that you said that, because here's the
That's
thing.
what it reminds me. I mean, like with me, I'm really one of those people that get real visual. So like, it's like it takes me back to a place.
Mhm.
Sometimes I can't always know like I know the wine I drink has apple in it because it says apple crisp.
Mhm.
Sure.
But sometimes different wines and stuff, they take you different places. I like it. It
Yeah.
reminds me. It puts me in the mood. It definitely puts me in the mood of summer though.
It made me want to get a slice.
It make you want to get a slice.
Slice a piece of slice. You just said it was biting into
Slice.
a chicken wing and it was ready.
That was
Now you want a
that was my
He's
metaphor.
hungry. He came to the-
That was
came
my
to the podcast
metaphor.
hungry. He
That
came
was
to the
my
podcast
metaphor.
hungry.
You don't want to bite into a chicken wing and taste steak?
No, because I'm off red meat right now.
That's
I've been off of it for like 3 weeks.
But she likes dark meat.
Because I'm light skinned. We usually do.
Billy D.
Billy D. I don't know.
I like that. I like that.
Okay, so now you
It's-
got to tell us what's in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say because there's a lot of hints in there. Definitely.
Got to tell you what's in there.
And some tasted citrus.
He gave that away.
That's more of the aestheticness to it. The sourness to
The
it.
sourness.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you say, now you got to tell us what's in there. This isn't like
Your mama lasagna recipe.
No,
Yeah, I
it's
put
not.
2 bell peppers.
It's not like the St. Ives and shit to where they add all of this artificial shit in there.
Oh.
Like, no.
Straight.
Yeah,
Right.
So the flavors
So red color number 37 ain't in here?
that no,
No, ma'am.
no.
Just straightforward.
So the different flavors that you get, out of this beer will just come from the main ingredients that are in the beer. So the malt that they use, which is it's different kind of, not for this, but in general for beer, it's different kind of malts that they use to brew beer with. You can use wheat, you can use barley,
Okay.
you can use rye, you can use all.
I just
different
learned that about
kinds.
vodka recently.
Yeah.
I be trying to get cultured. I went to a class and it was a vodka,
Yeah.
and I just thought, vodka was made out of. I didn't know that
Nah,
they
use
can make it out of
potatoes,
potato.
yeah,
They can
yeah,
make it,
all kinds
and
of-
then all of them taste different.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
And
So
I never knew that.
beer is made out of 4 main ingredients, and that's your malts, that's hops, which hops are a flower, basically, but they add the balance and the bitterness to the beer, and they also play as a preservative in the beer, and so they're also like a distant family member of weed, but but they don't get you high.
Okay.
But you got malt. You got
When
hops.
I get pulled over, I'm like,
No,
I had just got finished drinking the PS 3 days ago.
Yeah.
but you got water and you got yeast.
Okay.
And so all of these different ingredients add different flavors,
Flavor
you know,
profiles.
to the beer. And so, you know, that one right there, like, you know, when you taste that right there, and like I said, you have different breweries that make that same style of beer, but, you know, they make them, their recipes, things like that are different. So you can get different flavor profiles from different breweries with that same style of beer. Like some of them you'll get more cherry, some of them you may get some chocolate, some of them you may get a little bit of oakiness because they're aged in oak, you know, so, you know, but they're all going to have that you know, that sour note to it.
Right. Okay.
You know, they're all going to of that style of beer right there.
So when they make it like this in the glass bottle like this, it goes straight in, and then they don't use the screw top. So that's how you know it's good beer when they don't have a screw top.
Well, I mean, it's some frauds out there that's putting corks in some bullshit, but
Oh, okay.
It's some good stuff that you got to.
It's some good stuff to
yeah.
get in the can.
Yeah.
I'm spraying.
it's some very good stuff you get in the can.
Definitely.
Okay, this is dope. I like that.
Yeah, and so this one right here, this is another beer from Belgium, and
We ain't here popping bottles
yeah,
See
with
it.
beer culture.
Yeah, Remy
Yeah,
Key,
yeah,
eat your
yeah.
heart out. Eat your heart
Yeah,
out,
Remy.
baby. We made it. Top of the world, man. Yeah.
this one right here, I'm just going when y'all finish it out, I'll pour it, and I just want to see what y'all
Woo!
gotta.
Pop the bottle, we sweating. Woo! They don't got no sense. I don't even know. It has something in it. It's something that's attracting me to it. And I can't figure out what it is.
It has a magic power.
I don't know. It's something that's attracting me to it. I'm sitting there like,
got magic power?
Yeah.
Ain't no pussy.
That got magic power too.
Yeah, that's why I say it might.
look at little Julius.
Well, see, y'all,
Listen, Julius is
say,
Julius
where
is
I
deep.
went the other day,
Julius is deep. Y'all know Julius is the most cultured person in the podcast.
I'm sorry.
You went to Angry Chair.
What'd you get there? 5 flat tires?
Nah, he got some on nitro.
Oh,
You know I'm nice.
Okay.
he don't take us nowhere because he's ashamed of us.
Yeah. So taste that.
He only take us out on the weekends in his old car. We're not even allowed to get his new car. Okay, do I need to clean my palate with some other liquor?